Wider, take a nice deep breath in. As you breathe out, just let yourself smile. Let everything relax right down on into place. Let everything already begin to feel better and better for you. As you do so, I want you to go ahead and think about 3 things that you're grateful for. 3 things that bring a smile to your face, joy to your heart, make everything worthwhile. Allow yourself to enjoy that. Lots of that. Remember that. Let's go ahead and bring ourselves over to our mats. Dive on in.
Go ahead. Go ahead first.
Good. Everything down. Wonderful. Let's go and pull yourself up nice and tall once again. Same thing, same way that you were just a moment ago. But allow yourself to take a nice deep breath on in. Allow yourself to rise a little bit taller. Bring your chin up a little bit higher. Feel a little bit better. I want you to go and focus your attention right here, right in front of your throat, in front of your voice. As you do so, go ahead and allow your chin to come forward and back. Allowing that to be your access, allowing that to be your pivot point. Allowing yourself to open up more and more. Allowing yourself to breathe easier and easier. Just going to bring your head straight on up, keeping that chin slightly elevated. Bring your head off to one side and the next. Even as you're doing this, notice where the weight is in your feet. Notice the positioning of your body. Allow yourself to come right back to that position that you were just a moment ago and relaxing more and more into that. Go ahead and bring your head straight on up. Let your chin come forward. Rolling off to the side. Continue around. Letting all those parts of who you are just relax more and more. Through your shoulders, back, shoulder, chest, wherever you happen to be. Just go into reverse directions. Breathing in through your nose, deep down into your belly. Literally, all the way down into your belly, down into your pelvis. Imagine a ball or a balloon there. Weights, tracks. Go ahead and bring your head straight on up. Allow your hands to rise up the other side. Fingertips in, thumbs on up. Rotate those elbows in underneath so the shoulder blades come deep down into the back line. Span those hands a little bit away from each other. Open up those shoulders and then allow your hands to move up, over, and back. You're doing so, relaxing into that shoulder joint, allowing yourself to expand more and more, and growing taller and taller. Blossom. Being curious about what kind of seeds that you can plant for yourself today. Right? The more things that we focus in on, the more it becomes our reality. What do you want to focus in on today? What's important to you? How do you want to feel? How are you ready to feel? What are you ready to change right here, right now? Just go ahead and let those hands come floating all the way down to your sides. Shoulder blades down, back, relax. Those hands come up in front, intertwining those fingers, and you can begin rotating through those wrists. Go ahead and bring it into those fingers, those palms, forearms, elbows, triceps, shoulders. Listen. Listen to yourself. You gave yourself this time to be able to do that, right? That's why you're here. Listen. Reverse directions. Finding that as you do so, that you can find all those ways that you can let go just a little bit more. You can breathe a little bit easier. Bring your attention back to your breath. Breathing in through your nose, deep down into your belly. Imagine that ball, that balloon expanding. All those muscles, organs relaxing. Allow your arms to come waving up over your body, up over your head. Letting it come down that other side through your soles. Let it continue on. Discover how much you're ready to open up right now. Bit by bit, piece by piece. If you can keep those shoulder blades down across your back, so don't let those hands come flailing out in front of you. See how much you can keep them right in front of your body so that your shoulders stay nice and tight against that rib cage, staying parallel. Let's go in reverse directions. And as you do so, you may notice that things become a little bit easier. It's a little bit different. And at the same time, we all have our own experiences. And at the same time, you're going to realize that by having the shoulders back there, that you're actually shortening the muscles. You're giving them more flexibility, giving them relief. It's going to be the thumbs, pinkies together, thumb directly into the sternum, extending straight on out, knuckles up towards the ceiling. Lean back a little bit onto your heels. That balance, feel the shoulders open up a little bit more. Let yourself grow a little bit taller. Lift that chin on up. Take a nice deep breath in, and as you breathe out, let the palms extend out in front of you. So again, you can be curious about what kind of seeds you're planting for today. Anything that we think about, we literally live. Our minds fire in the same places, our muscles are relaxed, chemicals are produced. So just by thinking about that, focusing on that now, you get to plant those seeds. Let those hands come on up above your head. Let yourself blossom right now as you consider what seeds you are planting in this moment. It's your choice. Your time to choose. And also being willing to say that yes, you can. Take a nice deep breath in, breathe out, let your head just drop on back. Take that weight off your shoulders. Find yourself lifting a little bit higher. Able to reach a little bit more. Open yourself up more as you take a nice deep breath in. Let those hands come floating all the way down to your sides. We're going to bring ourselves down onto our mats on all fours. Hands, knees nice and wide apart. Opening up all those joints. Giving yourself all that space. Giving yourself all that freedom. Squiggle a bit, swiggle a bit. You reach your ribs out to the sides, your hips out. You can do anything that you choose to. Take this time to go in, pay attention to what's going on. When you're ready to change for yourself. And as you set that nice, wonderful intention for yourself, you can begin bringing those shoulders up towards your ears, back, down, forward. And as you do so, keep that space in those shoulders. So don't let your shoulders collapse into your ribs, up into your ears. Actually keep that space so that even as you move down, things open up. You're giving yourself a way, a place. You're giving yourself space to reset, to realign. It's going to switch directions. And always staying curious and playful. What can I do right now that makes things even easier for myself? When I can feel even better? Let's go ahead and bring those hands directly underneath those shoulders. And with that thought in mind, let's begin rocking forward and back. Go ahead, bring your head up past your fingertips if you like, your bottom back towards your heels. Discovering for yourself what allows you to just feel good right now. Maybe it's breathing in, imagine that ball, that balloon once again, any color, whatever shows on up. And as you direct your breath there, you'll find that wonderful an expansion. As you breathe out, you can let your head relax a little bit more. It drops a little bit lower. Hand it on over. Let gravity take care. Find your spine lengthened so wonderfully. Rotating around in a circle. Another direction, you get above. Imagine yourself a cat inside of a ball. I just love that vision. For some reason, it's like being that cat inside of a ball. You can just reach out in any direction. Open up through the shoulders, your ribs, hips. Let your head drop on down and through. Pay attention. Everyone's got their heads down. It's got their minds on themselves. Allow yourself to feel the best you possibly can. Please. Please, please, please.
What are our distractions? There's our old ways of thinking, letting go. Funny, the older we get, just kind of like, why the heck did I even bother worrying about it? Why did I even think about that, huh? Isn't it crazy? And by the time that you can't necessarily do something about it, to say that we all aren't capable of doing anything that we really want, but you know what I'm talking about. Things change, we change. It's too late. Let's go ahead and rock back onto our knees. Go ahead and turn our hands around so the fingertips are pointed towards us. Bring the weight back down onto those palms, move in any direction that you want. So we already have our own experience of that, huh? I don't want to go as far as saying regrets, because we don't need that. It simply is what it is, right? I mean, at the same time, we learn our lessons that maybe we should have taken time, giving ourselves time to change. Not like you are right now. You can already feel better about things, can't you? Because you are taking that time. You are giving yourself that time. Make the changes that you're ready for now. Maybe the ones that you waited too long for and you didn't want to put off any longer. Now, the state of the world today shows you that things can change in a moment, right? Overnight, literally. Happening on a daily basis. You got to keep your eyes, your ears open to the world today. Things change fast. Why don't you? Come back onto our knees. Put those hands over the backside. That's me included. Most definitely. Roll through it any way that you choose, any way that feels good for you. Every day I try and find a way to challenge myself, to open up a little bit more, to realize that time is getting shorter and shorter. Like we had a whole ton of it in the first place. I want to make the most use of it. I find myself faltering all the time. I assure you. Let's go ahead and let's flip on over, back to all fours. Hands directly underneath those shoulders. Take a nice deep breath in, rise on up. Just get to that point where things stop. Don't go any further. You don't have to push yourself. Let's go ahead and breathe on in through your nose, deep down into your belly, your mid back, your shoulders. Plant those seeds. Watch yourself blossom all at the same time. Talk about instantaneous change. And as you breathe out, enjoy all that relaxation that you give yourself. Things just become easier. And your eyes a little bit higher. Continue doing that. Continue planting those seeds. I had to plant a seed myself. Yeah, last minute, just before, I remembered that the holder for my iPod was down in my truck. So all of a sudden I felt all the tension. Oh, it's about time to start. We only got a couple minutes. I better run. Gotta get down there. They're all gonna be waiting for me. And I felt everything tense out. You know what I'm talking about, right? When we feel like you have to be somewhere, you have to do something right then and there, or terrible consequences will happen. Feel bad. People think horrible stuff about you. Take a nice deep breath in. Breathe out. Let all that go. Bring yourself down into cow position. Hips on up, chin on up, put your head away from your tailbone, lengthen through your spine, bring your eyes up a little bit higher, widen that vision if they're open. Even if they're closed, you can do that. Raise them on up and smile. Let all that go. Isn't it cool how quickly you change? I started feeling all of that. I got halfway down the stairs and I asked myself, what the hell am I doing? And I stopped that, just like you did. Nice to know that you can do that, huh? I allow myself to breathe just like you are, breathing in through your nose, deep down into your belly. Even as you breathe out, go ahead and allow yourself to come back in that cat position. Just rise it to a point that's comfortable. That's just what I did. I let myself be comfortable. I let myself feel good. And as you continue to breathe and allow yourself to rise higher and higher, letting your head just relax all the way down, you'd be curious how many places in your life where you can do that same thing. How many times do you find yourself being so worried, so concerned, overwhelmed? Better run. Well, I wasn't going to run to go get that. I was going to take long strides, though. go take some bigger steps, right? Make some bigger changes, just like you can right now. Breathe in, let yourself rise higher. Let yourself grow even more. Be curious, how much can I grow to? How much can I rise to? How good can I feel in this moment? And I wondered the same thing. And my strides got longer and longer, and I breathed easier and easier. My sinuses relaxed, just like yours might. It was easy to breathe, easy to move. Got the job done. Without any worry, any stress. Such a simple little thing, right? It's always the little things. Breathe on in, and as you breathe out, let yourself come down into a cow position. Arch those hips, chin on, now pull your head away from your tailbone, chin a little bit higher, eyes definitely up. Wide, expansive smile can just blossom on your face. One of those nice ones where you feel it in your eyes. A genuine smile, right? Things change pretty quickly and easily, don't they? It's amazing what you're capable of. You guys astound me all the time. You amaze me all the time. You bring a smile to my face all the time. Go ahead, breathe on in. Bring yourself into a neutral position. Then we're going to go ahead and bring ourselves onto our backs into foot circles. So you go ahead, extend that right leg out, nice, long and lean. Go ahead and bring your left foot towards your bottom. You push your left foot down into the floor. Bring your pelvis in underneath. Your lower back comes down to the floor. Roll off to one side, get a shoulder blade underneath. Other side, same thing. Bring your hands on down by your hips. Let your left knee float in towards your chest. Bring your hands down, up and around behind, holding it lovingly, securely. And you won't let go. Maybe you choose to let go of everything else. You need to tell yourself, I choose to let go of everything else right now. Go ahead. You don't have any place to be. You gave yourself this time. Let it go. Relax your hips. Your lower back. All that fluidity that you are allows your shoulder blades to relax. Your neck. Breathe. Relax your head, your face. Bring your attention right between your eyebrows. Go one side. Even imagine breathing into your head, into your mind. The only things expand. Maybe even that smile. Feel things become lighter and lighter. Allow that to permeate from one end of your body to the next. Allow it to extend out away from you. Surround yourself. It's a one-lit room right now. It's going to extend that left foot a little bit longer. Give yourself some more flexibility. Go ahead, relax. Keep all of that. I'll pull these back. Imagine that perfect circle, any color or texture. I'm curious, what is that? I've never asked anybody. I know we have our own things that stand out to us. Go ahead and hitch that toe on up. Go for that ride. Heart beating, your lungs pumping, the blood flowing, all that healing happening inside of yourself. All those things that you don't even think about. Those are the appetite, you see. But for 99% of the time, these things are just happening all on their own. The conscious mind has had to take good care of herself, doesn't it? And you go ahead and add this to the list. That flexibility just grows and grows. That circle gets bigger and bigger. You don't even have to think about it. It just simply happens. It becomes stronger, more stable. Not only in that ankle, that foot, that shin, calf, knee, thigh, hip. The movement that you're doing now, it may seem simple. As simple as taking a breath, and look how much changes you get from breathing. That's reverse directions. The simple action that you're taking right now, the simple action of health, mindfulness, care.
the interactions, all the pieces tied together. It extends all the way throughout you. Things change. And as that physical change happens, you also feel better mentally, emotionally. You think clear. You release the overwhelm. You find yourself smiling more and more. You breathe easier and easier. Let's let that left foot come down your bottom. Bring your right foot on up. Extend your left leg. Get your shoulder blades in underneath. Make sure your pelvis is tucked in underneath. So go ahead and press that right foot down on the floor. Scoot that pelvis, lower back to the floor. Shoulder blades underneath. Hands down by your hips. Let that right knee float on in. Get a hold. Let go. Best thing tool in your arsenal. Comes down to your health, your well-being, your happiness, your joy. The ability to be able to relax. To allow your systems to operate they're supposed to. Shut off the alarms. Fight, flight, freeze. I got a quick little story about that. This is funny. And I really hope you agree. And I believe that you all agree to this. Let's go ahead and extend your right foot a little bit longer. You're going to give yourself flexibility, all the flexibility that you want. Flexibility physically, mentally, emotionally, all that good stuff. You get in the whole package. Go ahead and relax. You get to keep all of that. Imagine that perfect circle. Happy, funny color, curious color. You go and then your toe on up. What's that? Where'd they go? Go for that ride. Enjoy that. I saw a quick poll in the Garden Island the other day. And it was a poll asking how many people were for having mandates here. I know we all have our own thoughts, our own feelings about that. And the fact that you're here right now it gives me a pretty strong impression. It gives us a strong impression about what your thoughts are on that. People that are concerned, they keep to themselves. People that take care of themselves are here. On that poll, roughly, what's that number? A little bit more than 100. They wanted to have mandates installed here. Let's reverse directions. Another 100. They wanted even more restrictions than that. 200 people wanted to shut the island down. They wanted to lock the island down. Now, where did that come from? Fight, flight, freeze. Those people are in a state of freeze. They're hiding. They want everything just to blow right on by. They don't want to have to worry about taking care of anything. Let's just lock it down and we'll hide our head until everything's gone. Let's go ahead and bring your right foot down to your bottom. I got one more thing for you on that. Go ahead and bring your left foot on up. Go ahead and push your feet down in, scoop your pelvis underneath, lower back to the floor, shoulder blades underneath, hands on out to your side. Take a nice deep breath in. As you breathe out, smile, let those knees come on open into frog position. Once you're there, go ahead and scoop your pelvis in underneath, lower back to the floor, let those knees drop on down to the floor a little bit more. Let those hips relax. Now, even though I may talk rapidly, you can still find all that space inside of yourself to just let go. I talk a little fast because I want to make sure that things are clear. I want to make sure that you understand. I want to make sure that you get the best results possible in any way that I can help you. Because remember, you have to be able to help yourself first. I can only show you what's helped myself and many other people, all of you in some way. But remember to listen to yourself as well. Well, the great thing was that there was a lot of people that listened to themselves. There was almost 800 people out of that poll that said no. They didn't want any of that. You see how it's affected other places that have stayed with it. They don't want any of that.
they found themselves able to breathe. Found themselves able to be free. Wanting to be free. To have as much freedom as possible. Just like you are right now. Go ahead, scoop your pelvis in underneath a little bit more, bring your load back to the floor, you can scooch side to side. Remember, you can always move. You can always do whatever you need to do to feel good. I implore thee. Let your hips relax. Imagine yourself doing those pelvic contractions later on, gluteal contractions, making sure that everything's in the proper position. You're setting yourself up for success right now. It's like those people that didn't want to shut down the economy. They know that we have to have freedom in order to have a healthy economy, to have a healthy community, to have a healthy, happy life. I gotta tell you, that was a ray of sunshine to see that. Because you never know, right? Not everybody speaks their mind. You myself, I skirt around the edges. I think we all do. Some way, some shape, form. We know. It's all good. It's our life anyway, right? Only the people that matter to you or should be the ones that you really care what you really care about. Share what you care. And even then, choose to live your life according to your rules, your beliefs, your morals. What's important to you? Share only what you have to, what you want. Let that left knee rise on up towards the ceiling. Slowly, easily, gently coming off to that right hand side. Go ahead, take a moment, shift. Do whatever you have to do. Move your body in any way that feels good. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose. Deep that into your belly as much as possible. I mean, really imagine that balloon. Imagine you let your belly actually expand. As you breathe out, allow yourself just to settle on it. Remember that. Quickly you can change. How about those seeds? How they growing? How they blossom? Just go pull your knees down away from your head. Extend through the front of your torso. Activate your left glute. Bring your pelvis over towards your right hand. You can turn your gaze to your left hand. Pull your feet back towards your left hand. It's that happy jump, right? Freedom! Life. But now we do a lot of reminding of that as well. Every moment is life, isn't it? Every moment is life. Now, depending on how much you value it, equals the amount of joy you get out of that knowledge, and how much joy you get out of remembering that. What do you have to do to up the ante, to up that value, to cherish it that much more, to enjoy it that much more? It's a curious question, isn't it? You can even ask yourself that if you like. It's important to you. I figure it's kind of, otherwise you wouldn't be here. Seems like the majority of you, well, no, all of you, gotta care about yourselves. Otherwise you wouldn't be here. Just go let that left knee rise on up. Open on up in a frog position. Let that right knee follow on up and over gently, easily, carefully. Just let yourself settle on in. It's kind of like when you're first waking up and you're making those first movements, waking up your body, moving it into a comfortable position. And think about how good your bed feels. Well, you all know that feeling, huh? You know, breathe and see the bit of light that comes through your eyelids. The day is upon you. Start with a smile, with a breath, with ease, with grace, flexibility, fluidity, love, caring. I guess all the little things, huh?
make them bigger. Pull your knees down away from your head, extend to the front of your body. Activate your right glute, bring your pelvis over towards your left hand, your gaze over towards your right, your feet on back towards your right hand as well. That happy jump, that happy leap, that dance, that extension, that expression. Whatever you choose to see it as, feel it as, experience it. And remember, listen to yourself, adjust it any way that you need to. Let that right knee come on up towards the ceiling. Open on up in a frog. Let your left knee follow whenever it's ready. And continue at your own rate and speed. Now remember, you can just simply lie there if you like. Open up your body more and more each and every time. Listen to yourself. And be curious. What happens when you do things a little differently than what you're used to? What happens if you are ready to open yourself up a little bit more? Be playful about things. Be curious about things. Don't want any of that regrets, right? Why the heck bother? Man, why the heck bother? I think that's just something that irritates me more and more. It's because with all the changes that are happening around us is that I want to see just as many of those happening in myself. Why the heck not? Man, it doesn't matter, good, bad, whatever it is, change happens. And the more quickly that you see it, literally see it in front of you, the more it proves the point that things can change quickly and easily. You can change quickly and easily. It's pretty dang cool. Let's go bring both of those knees on up. Go ahead and reach your hands down by your hips, let your knees come on in towards your chest, give yourself a big old hug. Celebrate that. Change happens quickly. Oh my God. Just how quickly, it's amazing. You can roll side to side. Imagine yourself being in that bed still and you're waking up and you just feel good. And you're excited about that day so much. It carries so much. Let that satisfaction well up inside of you. Let it spread all throughout. Go ahead and reach your hands down between your knees. Grab the outside of your feet. Pull yourself back into happy baby. Attention time, why time? Why are you here? What's your intention? What seeds have you already planted? How are they growing, by the way? What do they look like? What do they feel like? Sound like? We know that those seeds, they make all kinds of sounds, don't they? And those seeds are actually the sounds in your head, the voices in your head, the things that you say, the things that you believe. Seeds make all kinds of sounds. You may even consider, as you see those seeds blossoming, coming to fruition, what kind of sounds do they make? What kind of back? Allow that to fill your mind, your senses, your soul. You know, the most amazing thing about making changes is that it isn't a literal thing. Yes, it's important to write things out, to be able to be as clear and concise as possible, to see those words. But it isn't the black and the white that necessarily does the job. 9 times out of 9. Ridiculous percentage. The majority of the time, it's just how you see things, literally how you see things, how you feel about things, how you hear things, literally. And when you change those things, the way that you hear, see, think, how you think, everything changes. Let's go ahead and bring your feet on back down to your bottom. Keep your left foot on up to your bottom. Right foot extends out nice, long, and lean. Scoop that pelvis in underneath, lower back to the floor. Scoot out to the side, get shoulder blade. Other side, shoulder blade. Extend a little bit longer. Imagine that crystal clear pond lake. sun's shining at night. Those amazing skies, you've got a cloud. Whatever coming to that image for you that allows you to just smile. Breathe easy, breathe free. Sitting there right leg a little bit longer, then imagine your right leg just sweeping through. Oh, go ahead and do it. Slowly, sweep that right foot on through. Bring it on over to that left hand, easily, naturally. Then out those ripples. Feel your body relaxing a little bit more. Breathe a little bit easier. And turn your gaze to your right hand if you like. Bring your body out. Listen to yourself. What do you want? What do you want more of? What do you want less of? Actually, just what do you want? Forget the less of business. That means you're focusing in on the past. It means you're focusing on regret. It's kind of a dirty word. I mean, it doesn't even feel right coming out of the mouth. Regret. Actually, it feels like something that gets caught in your throat. Ugh. Spit that out. Let's try and sweep that right leg down through. Take a nice deep breath of fresh air on in. Extend that left leg on out. See that crystal clear water. Allow your foot to just sweep over to that right side. Breathe in all that fresh air, all that freedom. Allow yourself to change in any way that you're into right now. Settle on in. Feel good. Extend yourself a little bit more. Open yourself up a little bit more. You can turn your gaze to your left hand. Send your left foot over. Feel that opening through your ribs, head. Your teeth, your smile, your front. Your choice. Just simply choose to let what happened happen. Yeah. What happens when we get out of our own way? Whew. Let's let that left foot swing down through. Nice, slow, easy. Go ahead and continue at your own range speed. Side to side. And you can just simply lie there once again. You can take all the time that you want. Imagine your toe just sitting there when it just barely touches that surface and freezing that moment in time. All the joy, all the energy, the flexibility that goes along with it, the fluidity. You can imagine how crystal clear that image could be, even a splash of water reaching up above the water surface. Seeing that drop frozen there in midair. Even a glimpse of that sun, a glimpse of your own smile in that single drop. Doesn't make it any smaller, any less. As a matter of fact, it makes it that much more. Then you can find that joy in those smallest things. So bring both of those feet on up to your bottom. Bring your hands up by your hips. Knee on in towards your chest. Give yourself another big old hug. You deserve it. Roll side to side. Open up that back. Breathe. Roll those feet. Whatever feels good to you. Listen to yourself. Enjoy yourself. Go ahead and rock back and let your knees, your feet come up over your head if you like, if you choose. And just listen to your why. Seeds. Pay attention to those blossoms. How are things looking now? How are things feeling now? You've been tilling that soil. You've been loosening up the dirt. You've been adding all kinds of wonderful things to it. Nutritious things. Things that help you grow. That help you to blossom. That help you to produce all that wonderful oxygen. All that wonderful health. Nutrition for the soul. What are you creating?
what do you get to enjoy? See that for yourself. Not think about anyone else as you continue to create. Allow it to be the best expression of yourself possible. And it's not even something, once again, that you have to do. It's about allowing. We know the greatest works of art, they haven't been created with a conscious mind. It wasn't thought about. It's something that emanates from that person, that artist. Just like you. We're all artists in our own way. You're all creating your own work of art. Use whatever splashes of color, invigorate you. Whatever texture feel right. Even the smell of the oils, the paints, whatever medium that you choose to use, they all have their own smells, don't they? Let's begin slowly rocking forward and back. Working up and down that spine, getting set, things set, aligned. Beginning to breathe and take all that wonderful air in, and then rolling all the way on up into a sitting position. Another couple of wonderful deep breaths in here. And whenever you're ready, you can bring yourself on up. Grab something to drink. Add to that fluidity that you are. Seinfeld, yeah? Do you remember George's dad? Does everyone remember George's dad in Seinfeld? Basically the old Jewish guy. And it was funny because he was a very uptight, always stressed out, always anxious, always had something going on. And he got into a meditation course, and they taught him that anytime he felt that way, all he had to do was say, "Serenity now." So he may be "Serenity now." It's just like, oh my God, that was crazy. I think you guys got a much better deal going on here. Let's go ahead and bring your right foot forward, left knee back and behind, scoop your pelvis in underneath, shoulder blades down and back, chin on up, eyes up high, nice wide expansion. Take a nice deep breath in, breathe out, smile, let everything else just fall into place. Let's go ahead and bring ourselves on up into a triangle. Keeping arch on back, chin on up, smile on that face. Let that chair slide on forward. Then your chest come down between your shoulders. You pull your right hip back away from the chair, left hip on in towards that chair. Then continue on. Pelvis, your hips just open up more and more. Give yourself more freedom. Give yourself more stability, more fluidity, more strength, more ease. Pelvis, it's where we're supposed to generate all of our movement from. When we walk, when we do all these actions, it's supposed to actually come from our pelvis. It's the driving force. We know that doesn't always happen. The more flexible your pelvis is, the easier all of that does happen. Let's go ahead and take a nice breath in. As you breathe out, release the back of the chair. Let your left foot slide back, coming down into runner stretch. Your chest coming in between your shoulders, chin on up. Let your eyes go even higher. Wide, expansive smile if you like. That's if you want to make things easy on yourself. We all have choice. You can go about things as hard as you want to, or you can feel really, really good. And I don't laugh like this throughout my day, but there's just something in here. It's just an automatic reflex. It's an automatic response. Thank you guys. I really appreciate that. Even when I do this on my own, it doesn't come out this way. Because of you guys. Let's go ahead and let that left shoulder come back, deep into the rib cage. Left hip comes in underneath. Look over your right knee. And that IT down to the ribs, hip, thigh, knee. If you can relax that hip flexor, especially that hip flexor, that's where these types of openings we're looking to really let go. It's that position right at the front of the thigh, right at that hip. From all that sitting, everything else we do, that muscle becomes short, tight. It actually keeps our hips in an unneutral position. Keeps it inverted back.
By releasing that, open that up right now. Go ahead, breathe into it, relax it a little bit more. All that repositioning becomes easier and easier. Let's go ahead and bring yourself back into a runner stretch. And then we're going to straighten out that right leg, keeping your back up, rotate off to your left-hand side. Go and lock your knees on out, and if you like, drop your chest down in between those legs. As you do so, let gravity take that head. Let it go. Relax your head, your neck, your shoulders, mid-back, lower back. Keep it going. Now your hips, hamstrings, even down through your calves. Let it go. Wonderful. Go ahead and bring yourself up a little bit. Put a bend in your knees, hands on up to your hips, leaning with your chin. Bring yourself all the way on up to a steady position. Let those feet turn slightly outwards. That pelvis continues in underneath. Shoulder blades down, back, chin on up. Breathe, smile, let everything just sink on in. Bring yourself back to a steady position, walking those feet on in. One. Up on your chairs, left foot forward. Right knee back to behind, scoop that pelvis in underneath, shoulder blades down the back. Chin on up, eyes on up, eyes wide, expansive. Smile. Bring yourself on up into that runner stretch. Keeping all that, arch it back, chin on up, let that chair slide on forward. Once you're there, go ahead and pull that left hip back away from the chair. Right hip comes on in. Let things go. Give yourself that freedom. I had a little glitch there for a moment. I was just thinking about even airline pilots. Pilots that have flown for decades upon decades, even all the way up to the day that they retire. They run a checklist every time before they fly. Every single time. Can you imagine that? The thousands and thousands. It's like, man, what, you don't know all that stuff? By now you don't know all that? You'd think, huh? Just gonna take a nice deep breath in as you breathe out. Relax, release, bring yourself down into that runner stretch. Chest coming in between your shoulders, chin on up. Eyes even higher, wider, expansive smile. Settle on in. Oh, they know it. They know it. And yet they value life. Right? They do that because they value life. They do the same thing. I'm repeating all these things over and over again because I value life. I know that the more that we run that checklist, that we run those things through our mind, that we go through those processes, the more it sticks, the more healthy you get out of it, the happier you are, the better you feel. It's correct, something. Ladies and gentlemen, I am your captain. Let's go ahead and bring that shoulder in the back. Bring that right hip in underneath, looking over your left knee. And that IT band. Let those ribs open once again. Do that hip, thigh, knee, all the way down to your soles. Breathe in some good fresh air, knowing that you're running that checklist. You know you're safe. You know that you're feeling better and better. You're doing the things that are right for you. And you continue to practice that every single day in some way. Our days have to change. Our days have to be different, right? We don't always get around to everything. And at the same time, when you keep these things in mind, you still get the benefits. Let's go ahead and bring yourself back and runner stretch. We're going to straighten out that left leg. Go ahead and rotate off to your right-hand side, keeping your back up nice and straight. Lock those knees on out. Go ahead and let your chest drop down in between. And then head on over. Once again, let gravity take hold. Relax your head. You breathe out too each time. It's up to you. Relax your neck, your shoulders, mid-back. Feel your spine lengthen. Space being created between those vertebrae. You get more flexibility, more fluidity. You feel healthier and healthier. Relax your lower back, your lumbar, your hips, hamstrings, thighs,
shins, your calves, let it all go. Bring your right hand over to your left foot. Let those ribs get some of that love, huh? Open on up. Left hand over to your right foot. Bring yourself back to a neutral position. Bring yourself up a little bit. Put a bend in your knees. Hands on up to your hips. Leaning your chin. Bring yourself all the way on up to a standing position. Turn your feet, slide the elbows. Let that pelvis continue in underneath. Shoulder blades down and back. Chin on up. Smile. Go ahead and bring yourself back to a standing position. Walk those feet on in together. Alright, have another drink. Come on. Now, I literally do not know where we are at time for the most part. Sometimes I get worried. It's like, oh, how far have I gone this time? But things always seem to work out. I know, it's kind of nice getting lost in thoughts sometimes, isn't it? I hope that you're picking the right thoughts for you. Let's go ahead and walk ourselves on down, bring ourselves on out into downward dog. Once you're there, go ahead and reach on out with your hips, ribs, march it on out. Do whatever you like. Get a little bit more energy, feeling that extension to those hamstrings. You can even put a little bit more of an arch in your back if you like. You can imagine right now, 100 balloons side to your tailbone. Boop. There they are, lifting you on up. Find yourself even reaching up onto your toes if you like. Enjoying that lightness, that sensation. Remember, bring your hands in a little bit closer so with the fingertips pointing out slightly. Bring yourself forward into a plank position. Rotate those elbows in, ride those elbows down. Once you're down, push your hands into the floor. Drop your shoulder blades lower into the back line. Rise on up into cobra. Pull your head away from your tailbone. You can turn your knees on out. Find all that extension to that front line. Relax your abs, your hip flexors. Here's a great chance to be able to really get that extension, that opening. Go ahead and bring your gaze up to your right hand side. Go over to your left. Forward. Bring it all the way on up. Lift that chin up nice and high. Bring your gaze on up. Smile even. Really, bring a smile to your face and allow yourself just to lighten right on up. Then allow yourself to slowly, easily, gently settle back on down. Take a moment to reset. Alright, put your hands down, bring yourself back on up in a downward dog. Remember, as you're pressing down, keep those elbows in towards your ribs. It's going to create a lever action that will actually give you more stability. Go ahead and march it out, whatever you need to do, feeling things becoming easier and easier, opening up more and more. Being curious about that hand position, where your hands need to be to make things as easy as possible. You can even experiment, bring them in a little bit closer if you like. Go ahead and bring yourself forward into a plank position, rotate those elbows in, ride those elbows down with your ribs. Press down into the floor, shoulder blades down, rise on up. Get that extension. Pull your head away from your tailbone, knees on out. Breathe. Bring your gaze up to your right. Over to your left. Forward all the way on up. Really open up nice. All the way through that front body. Eyes up a little bit higher. Breathe in. As you breathe out, settle on down. Nice, easy, gently. Realign yourself. Reset. Pushing your hands out into the floor. Driving yourself back on up into downward dog. Find that extension. You need to put a little bit more arch in your lower back. Feel that stretch into your hamstrings. Whatever you choose. Be curious. Be playful. Be willing to do different new things. Let's go bring our right foot up to our right hand. Our left foot's gonna rotate, hip comes in on underneath. You reach your hands back, activate your core, rise on up into warrior one. Lock yourself on in. We're gonna actually continue on from here. Having those feet locked on in, you're gonna bring yourself into warrior two. Fantastic, get that extension. Find yourself just sitting on into it. We'll go ahead and flip that front hand, bringing the right hand back by that right ear, let the shoulder blade drop down and back. Relax it through. Wonderful. Let's bring that right elbow down onto our right knee. Pull your head away from your left foot and your shoulder. So literally, you want your head floating, lifting as high as possible. Don't let your body just collapse into that right shoulder. We want lift, we want extension. Lift your left hand on up, imagine yourself grabbing the rope, balloons, whatever. Find yourself rising higher and higher. Opening into those left ribs, hip, taking all the pressure off of that right elbow. Just stack things. If we stack things properly, it becomes easy for you. Let's let that right hand come down, stacking both of those arms one on top of another. And I understand, things take time. It'll work its way out. Things change. Take a nice deep breath in, breathe out, let that left hand come up and over. Left foot pulling apart from the left hand. Remember how quickly the world's changed, and so can you. Activate your core, bring yourself back into warrior two. Feel that strength. Let's go ahead and roll on through. Elbows on in, ride them on down, press those hands down, rise on up, extend that head, pulling away from that tailbone. Gently, easily bring yourself down. Reset, elbows into the ribs, pushing down and back, rising back on up in the downward dog. Arch those hips. Feel those hamstrings lengthening, opening on up. Man, that's good. Let's go ahead and bring that left foot forward to that left hand. Right foot rotates, left hip comes on in, hands back, activate your core, rise on up. Breathe that on in. Wonderful. Let's continue. We're going to move into warrior two. Finding your hands pulling apart from each other, opening up those shoulders even now. Let's go ahead and flip that left hand. We'll bring ourselves back into reverse warrior. Relax on that shoulder. Let that back line drop. Open up. Our left elbow is going to come down onto the left thigh. Pull that hand away. Remember, lift. Get that lift in the chest. Raise that right hand and rise even higher. Find yourself becoming lighter and lighter. Easier and easier each and every time. Bring that left hand down. Stack both of those hands. It's just like at the beginning of class. You know when we take that first breath in, when we suck our gut in? We're finding ourselves lifted higher. And when you let that pressure go, things become easier, right? Same thing here. Breathe in, breathe out, let that right hand come up over, forward. We're looking to keep the body open rather than just dumping down into ourselves. Take that breath in, bring yourself back into warrior two. We're going to do that one more time. Just go ahead and ride it on down through. Right those elbows. So both sides, rise on up into cobra. Bring yourself down, push down and back. Elbows into the ribs, rising into downward dog. Get that extension, arch those hips. Bring your right foot up to your right hand. Left foot rotates, right hip comes in underneath stronger and stronger. Rise on up into warrior one. Lock those feet in. Feet push down and out. Lock on it. Get that hip, those hips engaged. Bring yourself into warrior two. We're going to go ahead and flip. Bring it back into reverse. Your right hand comes all the way down to the ground. Your left hand up, over, forward, extended. Activate your core, back into warrior two. Let's go ahead and ride all the way through. Remember, elbows come in, ride them down, push down to back, drop those shoulders, rise on up. Bring yourself down, reset, push down and back, rise on up into downward dog, arch those hips. Left foot forward to the left hand, right foot rotates, sit on in. Activate your core, rise on up into warrior one. Feet down and out, remember, moving into warrior two. Flip, reverse, left hand down to the ground, forward extended. Activate your core, bring yourself back into warrior two, straighten that front leg, come on up and out of it. Great job, guys. Grab a drink of water, grab your mace.
Fantastic. Giving it back at it. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and we're getting those glute contractions again. First off, I want you to go ahead and pull yourself up nice and tall. Close your eyes for a moment. Just take a nice breath. Notice how good you're feeling, that energy that's flowing through you. And I want you to imagine yourself right back to that frog pose. Just lying back. You get your pelvis scooped in under the lower back to the floor, shoulder blades down in underneath the rib cage, chin on up a little bit higher. You're just taking, you're just feeling good right now. Bring the weight back slightly into your heels, even in, imagine your hips opening on up. Imagine gravity slightly pressing down on those knees, and you can even change your stance a little bit if you choose to, if you need to, open things up in any way that feels right for you. And having that, knowing that you set yourself up for success. Noticing all the ways that things have changed. Notice the way that you feel now. Let's go ahead and activate just those lower glutes. Bring that pelvis in underneath. Go ahead and activating those things. We're waking them up. Make sure that things stay in their proper place. As you're in this position, keep your hip flexors relaxed. So once again, the front of the thigh, right there at that hip bone. Right? Relax these. These become so tight, so overburdened. Go ahead and relax your hip, or your glutes. Come on in for two, even tighter and tighter, easier and easier. Also, allow your hips to roll on out, literally. As your pelvis is coming in underneath, it needs room anyway, right? So that actually brings our hips out and around, opening things up, giving you more freedom. When we sit, our hips, our thighs actually roll in. That's what creates so much tension in here as well. We want all that to open up. Go ahead and relax, release. Last time in for three, nice and tight. Want to keep this thing going all day for you, right? And remember, when we're going through our squats, this is exactly how you want to feel. And relax. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and bring our mace. We're going to bring it up, back, and around behind, coming into pendulum. Once it's there, activate your glutes, activate your core, chin on up, relax the shoulders, literally relax them down, then allow the mace to swing. And as you swing side to side, you know the gravity is actually pulling those shoulders down a bit deeper and deeper. And the best way to allow gravity to do its job to help you is to actually do nothing. Relax. Let go of those shoulders. Let gravity take over, just like it's been doing for your head, your spine. It's been taking care of you, lengthening you, resetting you. Let it do its job. Go ahead and let the mace come to a standstill. Go ahead and reset. Pull the mace in towards the back of the head. Open up those elbows, open up your chest. You can lift your chin a little bit higher. Relax those shoulder blades. Isn't that cool? Relax those shoulders. Isn't it amazing how everything else, you get this extent, this opening. At the same time, the shoulders can relax and go lower and lower. Try it out for yourself. Enjoy that for yourself. Let's go ahead and reach back and around behind. We're going to bring the base on forward. Switch your grip, top to bottom, bottom to top. Keeping yourself pulled up nice and tall. Keeping everything activated. Keep bringing that base up and around behind. We're all about creating structure here, right? Strength. Go ahead and scoop that pelvis underneath. Activate your core. Chin on up. Relax those shoulders. Let it swing. Let it go. And that nice, that checklist, you can get a little bit quicker. You can move through it a little bit faster. Things just work easier and easier for you. Change happens fast. You see it in the world around you. Literally. Change happens fast. It is crazy how fast things are changing. Why should we be any less than that? And then again, it's perfectly fine to be happy with who you are too, right? Let's never forget about that. Let's go let that mace come to a standstill. All those activations, pelvis, core, chin on up, pull it on in towards the back of your head, extend those elbows, relax those shoulders. Let those shoulder blades drop. Feel all that tension releasing in that lower back, through that mid back, and all the ways that you can for yourself. Now see, we're all a little different, and we all change in our own unique ways. And you can also find ways where you just feel good. Let's go ahead and reach back and around behind. We're going to bring your mace on forward. We're going to continue on. We're right into those squats. So you're right here. You're going to have those glutes activated, right? Just like a moment ago. You can even close your eyes for a moment. Put yourself back in frog. Pelvis scooped in underneath, lower back to the, that actually works really well. Lower back to the floor, shoulder blades down and back. Feel those hips opening up. Go ahead and activate those glutes. keeping your chin above level, keeping your eyes above level, keeping them up nice and high. Let's begin. Bring yourself down, keeping those glutes activated, and bring yourself on up through, switching to the opposite side. Wonderful. Down on through, and activate. So your hands, as you come up through, as you change, you're going to bring your hand up. The bottom hand comes up, and then your top hand goes down. So basically, we're switching top to bottom. There we go. So the bottom comes up the base, and up the other side. Wonderful. Activating those glutes, keeping things nice and tight, keeping the weight back onto your heels. Chin on up, chest on up. Fantastic. One last one here. All the way down, back on up. We're going to go right into the series. So we're going to go ahead right now. We're going to step out to the right. Keep your pelvis. You're going to come back into the squat. So that's all. Go keep going. We're going to come down for 1. Bring it on up. Down for 2. And we continue. We're going to curl. Go ahead. Jump on it. Overhead. Tricep. Tiger. All the way on up. Weight to the right here. Tail across. Tail down. We're setting up for the left-hand side. So we're going to scoop on out to the left. You set in for the squat. You're going to come down for 1. Remember those glutes activating. Bring it down in for 2. You're going to set for curl. You're going to curl. Overhead. Tricep. Overhead. The weight comes to our left ear. The tail comes across. Tail comes down. And we set to the right. We're going to scoop out to the right. Set for squat. Activate your glutes. Come down for 1. Keep them tight. Come down for 2. Set. Going to curl. Come on up. Bring it all the way on up. Tricep behind. Overhead. Weight to right ear. The tail comes across. Tail down. We set the left. Last one here. We step out to the left. Set for squat. Activate the glutes. Come down for 1. Keep them tight. Come down. 2. Curl. Overhead. Tricep. Overhead. Weight to left ear. Tail across. Tail down. And relax. Wonderful. Go ahead, put them off to the side. Make sure they're nice and straight. Woo! Bring yourself down onto your mat into child's pose. Knees nice and wide, your hands extending. Take a moment there just to take a nice deep breath in. Notice all the ways you can feel good right here, right now. Have that person. Oh, that feels good. Still walk our hands out to our right hand side. I want you to think about 3 things that you're grateful for. 3 things that bring a smile to your face, show it to your heart, make everything worthwhile. And I hope that you've been able to find that easier and easier for yourself. Because the thing is that the more that you think about it, the easier it gets. Just the way it is. Walk yourself out to your left hand side. Open up those right ribs. I want you to think about 3 things that are going to make today absolutely amazing, fantastic. Your life. Remember, you can make the best things out of the smallest things. Imagine that little drop, huh? Ray of sun, that smile. Good, walk your hands back in the child's pose. Bring yourself on up into all 4s. Let yourself rise on up in that cat position. Just go to where things feel natural, where things feel good. And continue to breathe. Find more and more freedom. Allow yourself to blossom. How's that blossoming going, by the way, guys? And you can even incorporate that into your daily affirmation. Remember, first off, is the sun going to shine tomorrow? Right? Is the sun going to rise tomorrow? Is the sun going to rise tomorrow? It doesn't always shine, but is it going to rise? With that certainty, say your affirmation, I am. Same certainty as you know that the sun is going to rise tomorrow. Hear those same tones, those same words in your head as you recite your daily affirmation yourself. Anything you choose to be. There's something to be grateful for right there, huh? There's something amazing right there. Just took care of 2 of the list. Bring yourself back onto your knees. Let your hands raise up, rejoicing to that.
And bring yourself back to that state gratefulness. Grateful for yourself, for giving yourself this time, taking care of your health, your well-being, your happiness, your joy, as well as all these other wonderful people that have joined you for that amazing journey. Let those hands come floating all the way down to your sides, ladies and gentlemen. Have an awesome, awesome weekend. Thank you so much for another wonderful day, week, adventure. Have a great day.